Hello, you're watching Razzmatazz with Rashi, and today we have with us Ajitabha Bose. He is one of India's best-selling authors, a filmmaker, a director, a publisher, and is well known for his pocketbooks. He was with us in the last season as well, and in this episode, you'll get to know a lot more about him and his books. Welcome, Ajitabha. So lovely to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Rashi. Thank you for calling me back.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So I would request you to tell our audience a little about yourself and all the wonderful things that you're doing now.
About me, I've stopped talking about me because I should tell a lot of things about me, I think, but I would say that I'm just a human now and I'm just trying to help other humans.
Yep.
That's what my description is.
That's very important. So Ajitabha also has a publishing house like Ajitabha Publishers, and he's recently
Right.
coming up with an anthology. And the special thing about that is you all can be a part of it. So how can we be a part of it, and what is it all about? Tell us more about it.
Okay, so it's almost been 1.5 years. Ajitabha Publishers is there in the market.
Mhm.
And it's our first anthology. And usually anthologies, people charge, but we kept it for free. Our main motto is to help newcomers and debutant authors, aspiring writers. So it's a free anthology for everyone. Anyone can submit their entries. All the entries will be published.
Okay, that's nice.
We are not choosing anyone. As we
Okay.
say that publishers should not be the choosers. Readers are the right people who
So
should
that's
tell
a
you.
great opportunity then.
Yeah, it's for everyone. We don't judge any poem. We don't judge any story. We just send in and we'll print it. That's how it's simple.
Really awesome. Okay, before we move forward, I'd like to tell the viewers that at the end of this episode, I'll come up with a question. And if you write the correct answer in the comments below, you will stand a chance to win the mega prizes at the end of the season. So you'll get the answer in this episode itself. So watch carefully till the end. And it is only open for the subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe before you participate. So Ajitabha has also written a few bestsellers. Tell us about all the wonderful books that you have come up with.
Okay. I think only one of my books is not a bestseller. I think all my other books are bestseller. And that book is not bestseller because COVID affected it for sure. But yes, I've written 10 books till date.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 3 of them are non-fiction and 7 of them are novels. That's a love stories. And and one of them is also written in Hindi. Ye Barish Ke Shkotum, which was initially an Instagram series, but somehow people liked it. So I thought, why not earn some money from it?
That's a great idea.
So I converted that into a book. And yes, that's all about it. There are a lot of, I think, there are 5 pocket books and 2 novels till date, and 2 non-fiction books and 1 Hindi book. That's how my journey can now. So
how do you find time for writing? You're doing so many other things. Out of all this, do you follow any routine or what is the secret?
Yeah, I do follow routine. I'm a very workaholic person, so I do maintain a routine. My eyes automatically shut around 11 p.m. and my eyes automatically open at around 6:30 in the morning.
Okay, that's nice.
So I start my day with writing. Yeah, I sleep early, I wake up early, and I start my day with writing. Usually with writing, means 90% of the days. Means some days you're not feeling like writing, so you sleep more. But yes, that's how I start writing, and I think that is the right time to write because you're fresh and you have a lot of ideas, a lot of good vocabs.
Yeah.
when you wake up. So
Fresh mind.
that's how for me it works. I
Yes.
don't know. Other
Yes,
people have
everybody has
other
a different kind of
ways.
schedule to follow. So how
Yeah.
did your writing journey like begin? Like when did you think that you should come up with books, and when did you start writing?
Um, I was into writing, but I never thought I will be writing a novel or something someday.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came to college, when I started reading books
Mm-hmm.
of different authors in India, and I thought I can also do it. So I wrote a short story and published it myself. I think I told this a lot of times before. That's still unpublished, officially. There is no
Mm-hmm.
ISBN for that book, and I published it myself. I went to this printing shop. I
Yeah.
photocopied the book and I designed my own cover and pasted the book with Fevicol, and that's how my first book was made. And uh, I printed around 50 to 60 copies
Mm-hmm.
and sold it at 60 rupees, to my friends and family. Your first book is always bought by
Yes.
them because that's something new they find. Yeah, so that's how my first book came out, and that's how I never knew that. Honestly, I never thought. 10 years back, if somebody told her that in future that you will become a best-selling author, I would have never believed. Never.
So that book remains special. Your
Yes,
first
and
effort.
that will always remain a special. People have told a lot of times to publish that book and tell us which
Yes,
never.
why not?
Uh, I think that book is special that way. So that story is special that way. That book's story is special in that
Yeah,
way. So I
that's true.
think it should remain there.
So like when that happens, like somebody is winning a check and they don't want to encash that because that's so special. They just keep it
And
framed somewhere.
it depends. If it's a lump sum money, you should get cash.
Yes. So how did you feel like after becoming a bestseller author? Like we have so many writers, it's a dream for so many writers, and many of them are still trying hard to achieve that. So how did you feel, and what would be your message to the new writers here?
Um, I don't know exactly when I became a bestseller, because when I came to know that my books have crossed that mark of national bestseller, that was actually too late. I mean, usually a national bestseller is like 5,000 or 10,000 copies.
Yeah.
And when I got the news, it was 70,000 plus. So I was bestseller long back, but I came to know very late because, as
So
I
you were
said,
not
I
even
had no
tracking it, is it?
expectation.
Like,
No, no,
okay,
I had no
you
idea
forgot
that book
about
is
it.
selling. No, no, I had no clue. I had no idea. I had no expectation that
Yeah.
Ajitabha can also sell. Okay. So nobody, not my publisher, not me, not any of my reader. I was getting, I remember it was back then in 2018. And, that year I got a lot of messages. And I
Okay.
was very happy with the text itself. I mean, I didn't want to become a bestseller or sell like thousands of copies. I was very happy with the fact that readers are reading the book and they
Yeah.
find it good. And they are texting me that I read your book. And I was thought, yeah, sahi hai. It was a very nice
Yeah.
moment for me, and I
That is
was
all
happy
a
with that.
writer wants,
Yeah.
getting good
But one day,
compliments.
but yes, so one day, I still like very selfish about getting comments still. Means it's not that any reader will come up to me and say that I read your book and I loved it, and I will only say okay or thanks. I will literally write a big message to them also,
So nice.
because so my publisher just called me and said that uh, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Just check if you are seeing the same thing. So that's how I have no idea. That's what I say. I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe luck, or maybe the story was very good.
Yeah.
The bestseller, if you know the story.
Mhm.
My third pocket book. The book's name was the
The book's
bestseller,
name is
and
bestseller.
and the book became a bestseller. That was
Yeah.
my first bestseller. And eventually, when you start selling one book, your back books and backlog also start selling,
Yes.
and that's how it had happened. It's like
Mm.
truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's still a magical thing for me, and I still say this, and I truly believe, Rashi, I don't deserve that bestseller tag yet because I think I haven't written a best-selling story. People
Okay,
have been
yet to
kind.
write
God
that.
have been kind. God have been kind. That's what I say. Again, it's a very unreal and surreal feeling for me that my book sell. That's a very hard thing to believe and digest
Believe
for me that I am writing something and people are reading it. You
and
know,
liking it.
I will tell you one more thing. Last week, uh, like one of the team members who was checking from the Google Books,
Mhm.
they sent me a message that your book, the Hindi wala book, मैसेज यही आया था कि आपका हिंदी वाला बुक भी 25,000 क्रॉस कर गया एंड आई वाज लाइक हिंदी मतलब trust me and see I'm not lying I have goosebumps when I'm saying about this my
Mm.
Hindi is pathetic is the word ठीक है means after I wrote the book that went through an editorial check of
Yeah,
course
we need.
because
We
without
that's why we have editors with
because
us.
yes but still my Hindi books are selling that's out of the box thing that is something again I didn't imagine I will become a bestseller. I never
Mhm.
imagined my Hindi books will sell.
But people love
So
it.
yes,
People are loving that story that you have come up with. So maybe that's working.
yeah. I means again that's as I said it's unbelievable, but yes, it's
Yes.
true. You know, and I also didn't believe it, so I also posted the report also which I got.
Yeah.
कि हाँ इतना बिका है because again बोला ना don't
Yeah.
Hindi book India में बिकना is a big thing
Yes.
and especially a writer who writes an English novel.
It's
ठीक
not
है
very famous for Hindi
just
writing.
not famous, not even famous for English writing maybe. But I'm telling you, Hindi
That you
writing
are.
में दूर दूर तक Hindi writing तो दूर दूर तक नहीं था. But I've I think if I'm sitting again, it's all God has been very kind in this.
So wish you good luck for that. So what is your message
Thank you.
to the new writers who are struggling to,
New writers, I
sell
think
their books, come up with some good stories?
I
What's your
completely
message?
feel that write a good story, write a good
Mhm.
story, market it well because I think marketing के बिना कुछ नहीं होता.
Mhm.
Um, I tell this often that we are not in that era that you write a good story and you sell. You need to have a good marketing plan, give a good
Yes.
budget to your book. It's more of a business and more of an investment.
Yes.
Invest on your books, initial books, first impression, last impression.
Yeah.
There's a proverb, and that completely applies
Mhm.
on book industry.
Mhm.
Like come in the industry with a bang.
Yeah.
Don't wait कि एक बुक बिकेगा तो देखते उसका पैसा दूसरे में लगाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता. Save
Come with
money.
full
Maybe
preparation.
yes. Come with full preparation. Come with a bang and that घुसो और फाड़ दो. ऐसा होता. Don't wait for कि अरे दूसरे में लगा लेंगे तीसरे में लगा लेंगे ऐसा नहीं होता. पहले में लगाओ. Sell it
Yes.
well. Of course, that
So what
always
all
helps.
things do you do to promote your books? What all mediums do you
Uh,
use?
I usually use social media.
Yeah, that's a
Social
powerful
media
one.
is the best medium, of
Mhm.
course. Uh, if I talk about my secrets, I also use Amazon ads. I use Google ads. I do a lot of things,
Yeah.
But social media is the main source of to reach your
Reaching out
readers.
to, yeah, reaching out
And
to
I
audience.
feel, especially with the people who are into artistic field, not only author,
Mhm.
even a director or a filmmaker, or you're a musician, you're a blogger, if you're taking interviews, whatever.
Mhm.
It's not that आपका सीजन आ रहा है तो आप एकदम प्रमोशन में लग गए मेरा सीजन आ रहा मेरा सीजन ऐसा नहीं. You have to be there in the social media throughout the year.
Yes.
You cannot walk out when you're
True.
done with the audience. You cannot
Yes.
use your
Visibility
audience.
matters.
You
Yeah.
know, yes, you have
To
to be there for
create a
the
connect.
audience. You have to connect to the audience.
Mhm.
ये ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब जून महीने में आया और मैं बोला बुक खरीद लो बुक खरीद लो बुक खरीद लो नहीं और फिर जुलाई में मैं गायब हो गया दिसंबर में फिर आया यार मेरी दूसरी बुक खरीद लो दूसरी बुक खरीद लो. So it doesn't
That
work
doesn't
that
work.
way.
Yeah.
In between that June and December, you have to talk about your life, how that previous books are doing, how you're planning to do your new books, how you aspire, how you inspire new authors. That's how people connect. That's what I believe. It's not about the numbers of copy you have selling. It's number of readers or number of lives you have touched through your books.
Yes.
It's not only about books, it's about how you are there in social media, your personality, how you talk, how you can interact with people, how you communicate. That's very important. I think that's
Yes. People love to know more about the author as well, not just the book. His
and
life,
I
he's
there's
busy
one
with.
famous.
Like your Instagram, if you see, like it's full with selfies with all your fans. that
I
makes a
love
difference.
meeting them.
Yeah,
It's
and your
fun.
Instagram lives
Of
are
course,
so
it makes.
lively.
As I said, it's very surreal and unbelievable. It's all because of the readers and all of the well wishes they are giving. It's an unconditional love, Rashi.
True.
इतना प्यार तो कोई भी नहीं गया मेरे को मतलब आई डोंट नो मेरे रिश्तेदार मेरे दोस्त भी नहीं करते होंगे इतना प्यार इतना वो करते हैं because everyone has their own motive,
Yeah.
own way of loving, but they don't the readers love unconditionally. So it's my dream, to meet each and every one of them. If I can make someone's day, it's always important.
Yeah. So how did
Everyone
you
should
come
do
up
it
with the
actually.
idea of the publishing house, Ajita Publishers? How did this happen?
Again, it's the same story. I have been a self-publishing author throughout my life. Okay, and I cracked this a long back that it's not the publishing house, it's the author who sells actually. Until unless you are coming means I have closely worked with all the big publishers in India, and what I have noticed that there are authors from self-publishing house who are selling in thousands, and there are authors from big houses who are not even selling 500 copies. So it's very clear that it's not the house, it's the author, it's their promotional techniques, it's their writing, it's their stories. So when I came up with Pi Publishing House, my main focus was to help the authors, the debutant authors who are there in the market and who have no knowledge about books. I would say 90% of the aspiring authors still don't have any knowledge how to go and publish.
Yes, that's true.
And this, I won't say every, but 90% of the self-publishing houses in India are taking advantage of this thing. Because they don't have knowledge, they have created these packages of anything, 50,000, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. I don't know how much they are charging. Which I also charge, but my charges are normal, like 10,000. 10,000 for whatever. But the main focus was to remove this thing, the looting which was going on openly in the market, because authors don't have knowledge, because see, Shirashi, if you want to publish a book, you will just Google best publisher in India. 10 self-publishing house will come up who are running ads on Google. Okay, you will open and you will see 30,000 for book publishing. Okay, and you will think this is how a book is published, because you don't have knowledge. There is something called traditional publishing.
Going through those same packages.
Yes, everything is because everywhere is same. There is no one less than 20,000, 30,000. This is the minimum packages they go through, and they are providing nothing. They are. I can openly say that they're not providing nothing. They make fake promises. They make false claim. Distribution दे देंगे, marketing कर देंगे, nonsense. They hardly do that. So my main focus was to
help the authors,
help newcomers. Yes.
So what are the projects you are busy with now through your publishing? Are there new books coming up?
Actually, within 1.5 years, we have published over 70 books.
Okay.
Initially, we started accepting all the scripts, but again, as the publishers were looting authors started looting us because it was free. So we also have a traditional wing that says that, again, we don't judge scripts, we don't read scripts, we don't have an editorial department in our house. So Rashi, if you have written a book, you come to us and we will publish it. That's for free.
I was coming to that, as a publisher, what all qualities do you look for to pick up a manuscript? But here you have a golden opportunity right here.
Yes, you can come to us. You write whatever you want. I don't care. Because as I said, publishers should not judge a book. Readers should judge a book. Reader will actually are the people who will tell you how is your book? Publisher has no rights actually. So what happened initially, we started with this algorithm that whosoever wants to publish a book, come to us, we'll publish you. People came in like anything because of course it was a free thing. People like free stuff. And initially what happened, 9 out of 10 authors didn't even sell like 2 copies of their own book.
Okay.
My other partners who were there in the company, they said that this cannot work.
Yes.
Means we cannot keep spending money on people who are not even serious about their own books.
They're not putting any effort.
I think people who cannot even sell 5 copies of their own book are not serious about writing. It's just they want to show off that my book is on Amazon and I'm a writer. So after a year, I think we started this, that we will only help the ones who are serious about writing. And so now what we do, we still are providing traditional publishing, like a free publishing for everyone, but we need a guarantee of some copies that you will sell. So that's how, because nahi to, like paisa lagaya ja raha hai, it's not selling. It's not charity, I would say, but they are looting.
Like helping is fine, but there has to be some guidelines.
Helping is fine. Yes. So that's how.
That's good. So we'll be sharing all the links to his publishing house, to his books, how you can reach out to him with your manuscript.
We are the most honest publishing house. We are the most honest publishing house in the world, I would say. Because if you go through our website, you will be like, aisa kaise ho sakta hai? Means how? Because I get this like frequently, like, how is this possible? Like, how are you doing this? How can you publish for free, and how can you publish everyone for free? So that's a very maybe that was the USP I used, and it worked actually. A lot of people came in. We have some good sellers also. So I was talking about. So you saw.
Okay. So Ajitabha, how can we have a conversation and not talk about Shah Rukh Khan? So I would like to really tell the audience that if you go back and watch the previous episode where he came, and he has talked at length about his love for Shah Rukh Khan and how he met him and what all his experience was. Tell us a little about this episode too.
Okay. Again, there is a book coming up on Shah Rukh Khan, which I cannot tell. Actually, it's not my book. It's from my publishing house. But I hope I can soon reveal it. It's a big book. And I'm very excited that I'm doing that book as a publisher, not writer. Again, just to clear. Writer is someone else, but the writer is also a very special person. And it's a big book. I'm expecting good. I hope Shah Rukh sir supports the book as well. Like he had supported that one. And of course, Shah Rukh has made my life. I can tell this everywhere without any. His one tweet changed everything. I tell this Shah Rukh sir every time I meet him, and he every time says, "No, it's your." But I know that as I said, I don't. I believe that I have done nothing to become a bestseller. I think it's all God has been kind, readers have been kind, and Shah Rukh sir has
put your efforts. Like if you writing a book itself is a huge task.
Yes,
and then coming up with it, promoting it is a long journey.
Yes. So I have put an effort. I will never say that I don't work hard. I say I work hard. I say I don't deserve what I have right now. Means again, maybe I deserve.
Because you still can't believe that yes, you are a bestseller.
Yes, I cannot believe that we said. I can't believe that this is happening. And Shah Rukh, whenever I meet Shah Rukh and Shah Rukh calls by my name, that is the best thing. Like if you are a fan of someone, you can understand how lucky I am that Shah Rukh knows me. Shah Rukh calls my name and calls me beta also. Beta nahi aisa nahi hai. He's very humble. Something which I've learned, which I want to, like people should also learn from him. Being at such a big stature, not even a single. Like if you talk to him, it's like me and you talking. Shah Rukh will also talk to you the same way. You won't feel that you're talking to this big personality. So that is the best part. Same with Kapil Sharma. All the people who are made from scratch, who came out from nowhere, rag to riches wali kahani. I think everyone is humble. They know where they are coming from and where they are right now. So they always
they've gone through all
feel
those
special.
phases of life. So what would be your message to our upcoming writers who are listening you right now? How they should what is the thing that keeps you going?
My readers, of course, my readers, my fans, my well-wishers. It's as I said, it's no more my dream anymore. It's their dream, it's their vision. They demand now what they want to read. It's not anymore, Rashi, that I am planning to do this book. They tell me what to do, and I do it. That's it. That's keeps me going.
Okay.
And after I completed Kapil Sharma, people started demanding ki Dhoni pe book likho. And after that, maybe I complete this, there will be another book. It keeps going on. So I'm just following my readers' instructions now.
Okay.
I'm just.
So what are your future plans? What are you working on now?
I'm working on a couple of books. One is, of course, I think already I have announced that It's My Love Story sequel is coming up. Maybe in November, December, or maybe next year, or maybe in Valentine's Day. I don't know, because there's one more book coming up in the time of Diwali or December, which I cannot tell. I think as per the contract. Again, it's a big book. It's a very big book. I'm dying to tell the world about the book, but there's some obligation. So let's wait.
Yeah, we'll wait for that.
There's one more book coming up. Most probably, I think it's been pending since long, but I think it will be coming up by next month. Suman Pahuja's book, which it's an autobiography.
Yeah.
And of course, a pocket book will definitely come up.
Yes.
Anywhere in the round. Pocket books are always in demand.
That's true. So what qualities do you think makes a good story?
Qualities. I think protagonist is the most important thing. How you write a protagonist which people can relate to. Don't write very super fictional protagonist that you cannot believe that. Like a boy cannot be so nice. You have to write the actual how
he
a
has
boy
to have
is.
some flaws.
And he has to have some flaws. Usually people tend to make a story. Like fiction hai to kuch bhi likh do. But I think make stories and make your writing relatable to the current generation also. Who are your readers? Know your readers. What is their age group? Like my age group is the college going students. I cannot write like a love story of maybe William Shakespeare. They won't understand if I write. So I have to write a very masala wala Bollywood love story.
Keep the audience in mind.
So that keeping audience in mind, because I tried writing a different kind of story. That book failed. That's what I was talking about before I started the interview. Then one of my book failed, and that story is the closest story to my heart.
Oh, you should come up with that. We publish that.
I have published it. People didn't like it. People are saying, "Sir, nahi wo college wala baat nahi raha." So I get reviews, and I also understood that. I was very quick to understand that it's not me. It's the readers what they are demanding I should write, right? Because do tarah ka writer hota, like I'm a commercial fiction writer, so I need to listen to my audience. It's not that I'm not a big star like William Shakespeare or Rabindranath ji, that whatever I write people will read. No, so I have to be very specific, and I think for the newcomers I would say again, if you're coming up a book, come up with a bang, or else don't come up. I would say it's like I have this famous line. You are either famous or you are famous. Right? It means that either you can claim to become a famous person or actually you are famous.
You are
right?
famous,
So don't claim to be, like, if you're popular, people will know it. And don't come up only for the कि शादियों में रिश्तेदार ने कह दिया कि अरे ये तो ऑथर है, उसका तो बुक Amazon पे है. अगर like if you are only happy with this part of the section, which I was also at
Yeah, at
initial
some point.
days, not some, but in the initial days I was also very happy. Oh wow, my circle knows me that I am writing books, But when I came out and nobody knew me, so I felt, nothing, That is the day you realize, and I think that's my experience. And everybody should understand that you need to get actually famous, and not
True.
the WhatsApp group famous. So.
Okay, so at the end, we'll give a question to our viewers. And the question for today is, Ajitabha has a publishing house and he's been doing a great job there. So you have to name the publishing house. It's very
Yeah,
easy. We have just
question.
talked about it in this episode. You can watch it again and he'll be happy to read the comments. So, Ajitabha, thank you so much for your time and wish you all the best with all the books that you're coming up now.
Thank you so much. Take care, Rashi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.